But no, there's something higher. There's the ultimate truth. Somebody pursues justice. Somebody pursues the truth. Somebody pursues an ideal. They believe in justice. And justice is something that you can never fully see in the world, can you? It's never going to fully be there. But they don't care. They're going to work towards it anyway. Now this, and by the way, when you work towards something you can't even see, it's the hardest thing to do in the world. If you're working towards impact, even if you see a little bit of impact, you get encouraged, isn't it? You get encouraged and it pushes you further. But when you work towards an idea, the cause of justice, you may not see justice ever. Ever. How are these people able to push themselves even if they're working towards something they've never even seen? These are the most incredible, resilient kinds of people. Once they believe in an idea and everybody else thinks they're crazy, they don't care, they keep going. And so I'm going to start at the top now, which is the pursuit of truth and the pursuit of justice, and tell you that the legacy of our prophets, all of them, alayhimus salatu wassalam, was actually the pursuit of truth. They cared about sharing the truth with people. And a lot of times on the Day of Judgment we learn from the Prophet ﷺ, there's actually going to be people that show up before Allah on Judgment Day, messengers, showing up before Allah on Judgment Day with no followers behind them. No followers. Not one, not two, zero. Zero. What did they pursue? The truth. How much impact did they have? Zero. But they're still absolutely successful in the sight of Allah, yes or no? So now we need to understand something. We're going to go back to this chart again, but I'm going to focus on the last four. The last four, maybe even the last five. Let's see. Let's first talk about excellence. When you pursue excellence, you're never satisfied with who? Yourself. The question is, why aren't you satisfied with yourself? Just because you want to be better? No, if you understand the Islam's point of view, you're never satisfied with yourself because every single one of you people is supposed to be in pursuit of impact. You're supposed to be thinking of other than yourself. And that's why you should never be satisfied with yourself. Allah has put more responsibility on you than you realize. I want you to think about this too. This is actually one of the most powerful statements in the Quran, and because it's not clearly translated, it creates a lot of problems. Allah says, "La yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wus'aha." Allah does not put a burden on any individual except, now here's the weak translation, except to their capacity. Allah will not put a burden on you that you cannot bear. Have you heard this before? Okay, the Arabic would have been "La yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa bi wus'iha." If it was to their capacity, a ba would have been there. But actually, "illa wus'aha" yani kallafa Allahu wus'ana. The meaning is completely different now. That's the bare meaning. But you know what the true meaning of this ayah is? Allah has not burdened you with anything except your own potential. Think about what I'm saying. Allah has not burdened you with anything except what? Your own potential. In other words, did you have the potential to be better? Yes. Could you have done more? Yes. And Allah will hold you accountable for what you could have done. Not the bare minimum, but the maximum. Allah wants you to push yourself and push yourself and push yourself and show Him what you're made of. Show Him what you're made of. That's the idea of the pursuit here. We're not interested in the pursuit of happiness. That is actually something Allah gives us as a side benefit.